Hello, it's Rashida. Today I'm going to start a page in my November project life, November 2015 that is. And I had a question about what do I use to take my photos. So 95% of the time I use my phone, and I recently got an iPhone. I used to have a Android. So that's what I mainly use to take my photos with. Now, I do put filters on my photos before I print them out. So I don't want anyone to think that my photos just look like this based on what I use to take my pictures. Quality does have a lot to do with it, like the quality of your camera and the quality of your printer. But I do like to play around with software editing apps. And so, since these photos are from November 2015, I was still using my Android phone. So, on my Android, I use an app called Cymera. That's Cymera. And I don't know if that's just exclusively for Android or if you can get them on the Apple device as well. I'm not sure on that. But that's what I use. And so for instance, this is a black and white photo, obviously. So I put that particular filter on this photo. And the filters have different names. It depends on what software editing program you're using. And so obviously this one's black and white. I think I did add like a tint to this one. This one is just a straight black and white photo off of the internet. It's one of the Google images, so I just printed it just like it was. And this photo, this is actually a picture of a picture, and on top of that, it's from the 70s. So I wanted to tone down some of the brown, some of the orange, and I did that just a little bit because I want it to still look like a photo from the 70s. So it still has some of that color, that contrast within the photo. So I just left it like it was to a certain extent. I did sort of kind of modify it and cool it down a little bit and just bring out some of the darker colors, but that's how that turned out. So I just wanted to briefly mention that in case if you're a beginner, you may not know that sometimes people do add filters to their photos, or it may be something that you want to experiment with and try and see how it turns out. And sometimes that can make a difference in versus going out and buying like an expensive camera or a really expensive printer, when sometimes you may just be able to get away with playing around with a photo editing software app or program. All right, let's get started. Okay, so I'm just gathering my supplies together. I do like to pull together sort of a kit, and that way I'm not exactly trying to reach for stuff randomly. So I just have some Studio Calico papers, some basic gray cork stickers from their new Sunkiss collection, which is really cute. And I do have some Freckled Fawn items, like I think I have a Freckled Fawn flare badge and some Studio Calico 7 paper stickers. So, and I am going to use this EK Success label punch and just punch out some labels just so I'll have them readily available when I need them. So if you have that punch, hold on to it and use it in your project life because it's really handy. I do have a few label dies, but most often I do reach for this EK Success punch. So I'm having to find some 4x6 cards to back the 4x6 pockets. I did print my photos from my Canon selfie, as I most usually do. So I'm having to cut down this photo, this selfie picture of me. It was in 4x6 in vertical, so I just cut it down using the Simple Stories templates that you can get in 4x4. 4x6 and I think 3x4. So I am just adhering the photos down. This screenshot of the movie, the 007 movie, since it was in black and white, I just matted the photo in this black and white Studio Calico 4x6 card. And so I had a little bit of difficulty trying to find a 4x6 card for this photo, and I did finally find one. I didn't want anything to be too matchy because I already had the black and white, so I didn't want to put like another black and white 4x6 card for that photo as well. So now I'm just getting my photos in, just trying to see how things are going to look once I get them in the pockets. This photo is a screenshot of Dallas, like the old television show Dallas that I grew up on. And so the picture is not quite 3x4, but to work on the back side for November anyway, I'm just going to slip a card for the back side, and so it's not going to matter. I don't think it's going to slip out anyway. So that striped 4x6 card, the black and white, that's going to be my title card. And now I'm going to use this die from Little Inker Designs, I believe it's called. And it's a really cute tag die. It's like, it's a little pocket tag die. So it does have a perforated edge there, if you can see that. I know that was really quick. But you can tear off the edge if you want to, or you can fold it like I'm going to do and use it as a pocket. And these are like movie stub, like part of the movie stub tickets. And so I'm just inserting those in there and slipping it in the pocket. So I do like to include interactive elements. I don't do it all the time, but when I do get the chance, I like to do it, especially for ephemera and things like that. And this is a picture of Tabbouleh. I had Tabbouleh for the first time, so I put the sticker Yum on that. I thought that was really cute. And again, these are the basic gray Sunkissed cork stickers. And I'm just looking for other elements, looking for journal spots to see where I'm going to put those label die cuts at. And I chose this poolside sticker that says treats. I think it says King Treats, and then below that it says frequent treats card, because that's a picture of Chewy. And this was around Thanksgiving, and we were all eating, of course, and he was looking at his bowl, and he was looking like, okay, where's my food? You guys are eating ham and all that good stuff. Where's the ham in my bowl? So now I'm just making the title card and spelling out November, and these are chipboard thickers, and so I'm gonna have to use some adhesive to adhere those down. And I'm gonna grab my my Martha Stewart glue pen and glue those down. And I'm gonna do that off camera, but I just want you to get the feel for how tedious it can be sometimes where you're trying to get spacing down and get your title right just like you want it. So I got that done. There's some Martha Stewart glue pen that I used. And so now I'm going through these Project Life cards. This is the everyday edition, I believe. And of course, I can't possibly use every single card. So I have to think of creative ways to use these core kits and the cards that that they bring. And so I just cut that 3x4 card down and use this basically as like a little title, because it says daily routine, and I thought that was appropriate. So I just cut it out, cut it down, and use my corner rounder and just put that on the card. So I liked how that turned out. And yeah, these are from Freckled Fawn. They are little rubber charm embellishments. So I thought I was going to bring in some of the blue at the top, but I decided not to use that one. And I'm going to use this one. It says Fun Times. And I'm looking at this stamp. This stamp is by Paper Smooches. I think it's called Captured Moments, but it's great for Project Life. It has a lot of Project Life related sentiments on it. So I'm going to use this stamp that says today was. So it's going to be like today was fun times. And this is Cocoa Daisy black ink that I'm using. I've had it for a while, so it's kind of, it's not new. It's a couple years old. And I think I'm looking for another element. Yes. So this chipboard piece that is also from Freckle Fawn. It came in a kit and it says check it out. So that pocket is done. And it's hard to get everything in frame. So I do try to remember to hold the cards up so you can see them, because my camera cuts off, as you can see, and sometimes I can't get the whole spread in, and I'm trying to, do the layout at the same time with all my stuff around me. So sometimes I just get like in a zone where I'm more concentrated on what I'm doing than looking up and seeing what the camera's doing. Excuse me. So I'm almost done. I am going to add these chipboard pieces. One says just the beginning and the other one says note to self. And I just wanted something on that photo. I didn't want to cover up the car, didn't want to cover up Bond. And that's all I'm going to do to that photo, I think. And so I had this chipboard piece and I couldn't decide where I wanted it. It says yep. So I wanted to put that on this photo just to say like, yep, I watched an episode of Dallas, an old episode of Dallas. And I pulled off this chipboard piece that says currently, and I didn't use it. I didn't have any place to put it. And it got, the adhesive got unglued from it. So I wanted to use it somewhere. So I just put it there on the title card. And I'm just putting a label on this photo, and I'm going to do some journaling off camera, but I do kind of like to put things on the edge and use my scissors to trim them off. And I'm taking another sticker from that poolside sticker sheet, and it's just a little button, and it's really cute. It's almost like it's kind of like a brad, but without the prongs on the end of the brad. So I really like those. And those are again from the poolside collection from Crepe Paper. And I think I'm almost done. Just adding this flare badge from Freckle Fawn. It says hello lovely. Oh yeah, I'm gonna add a label to this photo and do some journaling on the side here. So that's pretty much it. I'll show you how it looks. I'll hold up the layout, and there'll be photos at the end. So I hope everyone is having a great start to the new year. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
I got two phones, one for the